even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. And life won't get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Uncle Strib. Today, I have another guest, another special guest, another one. We are here in San Antonio, live in the studio at the Blend Nutrition Gym, San Antonio, Texas. 8058 Banners Drive, San Antonio, Texas. 78230. Come check us out here at Ivy Talks Podcast Studio Network, and come check out the gym. Anyway, we got a special guest here, Mr. Ethan. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Ethan Touchstone, and I've never been behind a camera before, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, bro, you're good. You're good. So, Ethan, let's just start at the beginning. Anytime I have guests on for the first time, I like to just kind of go over some background stuff. So, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from San Antonio, so I was born here and raised here.
Okay. And so, growing up,
Wait, before you keep going, can I shout out my homies real quick?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right. Shout out Sam, shout out Ollie, shout out Duncan, Vicente, Fen, and everybody. I'm kind of blanking, but I told my friends I'd shout them out.
Yeah, all right, bet. Shout out for you guys. Hopefully y'all watch. If y'all watching and y'all like the shout out, give a thumbs up on the video.
Yep.
We need all the engagement we can get. So how was it growing up? Like, were your parents strict? Were they loose? Like, what was it like growing up for you here in San Antonio?
San Antonio is a great place, I feel like. I think growing up, I was blessed enough to not have to worry about where my next meal was coming from and whether or not I'd be able to sleep in a bed. I'll try it for the...
Yeah!
Just for the pod. What the hell are these things?
It's natural. It's not synthetic.
It's natural? Where do you put it on top of your lip, right?
Well,
on
for
the
these,
bottom?
you put in the bottom. Zen is like the top. Hopefully we get a sponsorship by Black Buffalo.
Black Buffalo.
Hopefully they see this, but they won't. But it's fine.
I was, I had two great parents growing up. My dad, Troy, and my mom, Rose, and they put my head on my shoulders and put it on there tightly so I wouldn't make any bad decisions.
There you go. So, obviously heavy in sports. I know we initially like connected just from sports. Like I feel like most guys find some common ground.
Mm-hmm.
When did sports start for you? Was basketball your first sport?
No. So, I fell in love with football when I was 8 years old. I played football up until high school, and football was like honestly my everything. Like I wanted to play in the NFL like any other kid. I used to watch a show called Friday Night Tykes, and it really got me into football. And so yeah, I mean I played it. I wasn't very good growing up. I mean I was way better than all my. I was lucky enough to go to private school, so I was way better than all the other private school kids. But in terms of like everybody, I was pretty mid. It's kind of hard to talk with in your mouth.
Let's put it like to the side.
To the side?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I mean, I love football. Football was my first sport. I didn't start getting into basketball until high school.
Okay. So did you just like randomly start basketball, or was it something that like sparked your...
Well, I mean, of course, like I played basketball like growing up. Like I played on different teams, but never mind. It really started in middle school. My 8th grade year, took my team to the championship, 20 PPG. We lost in the championship. But, yeah, that's kind of where, like, the love for basketball started. Because at that point, I thought I was going to play football all of high school and everything. And I just decided, like, basketball is way more fun.
There you go. So, obviously, we've hooped together. So, I know you can hoop. But high school, like, is basketball competitive out here at high school?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the San Antonio area... get a lot of players that are pretty similar. You don't get a lot of like generational players out here. You get a lot of players that are all 6 foot. You know, I played 3A high school basketball, so I wasn't playing 6A. But I think the basketball scene out here is pretty good, and it's growing a lot. Shout out Jordan Clarkson for making it to the league out of San Antonio. but I think basketball is growing everywhere,
Yeah.
but especially in San Antonio.
Also, shout out Jordan Clarkson. He went to Mizzou
Yeah.
from college.
Yep.
So he wasn't there when I was there, but I think he wasn't too far ahead, graduated. So are you're at UTSA?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know everybody from the Uncle Strib I had with Berger,
I watched that this morning.
yeah, and all of them. We're all UTSA. So what's your major?
I'm majoring in psychology.
Psychology. What do you want to do there?
I want to become a mental health counselor. I'm also a coach, so I feel like it would help me with coaching. And if I end up going to medical school, I want to be a clinical psychiatrist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is there?
Bro, I gotta take this out of my mouth, yo. Shout out Black Buffalo though. Sorry, I'm just not a nicotine guy.
You can put it on the table. They can't. It doesn't matter. Whatchamacallit? It's caffeine.
Oh, it's caffeine?
Yeah.
That's not my thing, dude.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about.
I'm getting old, bro.
Talking about school and psychology.
Oh, so that's interesting because especially people that play sports, right? It's always interesting people that have like science-based majors. Like, I can see how having a background in psychology could help coaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that blend because I kind of used to, I nerd out, right? I'll just get on these, especially like sports, I'll nerd out with.
Mm-hmm.
Science, I'll nerd out, and I kind of have this blended idea of sports and like physics, right? Because like when you see somebody that's a certain height, certain weight, and they're low center of gravity, they produce power. You like know that they have a certain amount of power they can produce. For me, I can kind of like, okay, I know I got to go lower on a guy
Mm-hmm.
if they have a lower center mass versus people that are maybe top heavy, different things.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think having that background in psychology could separate you as a coach?
Dude, honestly, this is a great talking point because what I've learned from coaching players is that you play basketball how you live life, and you play a lot of sports how you live life. Like, if you're the type of player to never attack the rack, and you're the type of player to like settle for like one jump, like one pull up, one dribble jump shots,
right.
Like there's psychology behind that. There's a reason why you don't feel confident in your game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think unlocking that part of basketball really changed who I was as a player because, in high school I wasn't very good, but I started like learning how to shoot and like the psychology behind like how to make shots in a row and like how to keep that confidence. And I shot 47% from three.
In high school?
Yep.
How many attempts though?
Just two.
Okay.
Just two. 2.6.
Wait.
2.6 attempts from three, yes.
Oh, average.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say, how do you 47% with only 2 attempts? I thought you meant 2 total attempts.
No.
But you got your average. Okay. I was about to say, wait a minute,
And
math is not math.
And like the opposite of that too, like you see shooters miss 12 shots in a row, their minds get into them.
Slippery slope.
Yeah,
They start getting in their head,
Mhm.
and then it just affects the next shot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's curious to say, it's actually interesting that you say you weren't good when now, like, you're a hooper. So
Appreciate it.
how did that, like, it's funny, you obviously got better after high school. So, like, what's that drive that you have on continuing to better yourself? Because if you had asked me, just hooping with you, if you had asked me, was he good at high school? I would have assumed you were cold in high school from what I've seen now. Where does that come from to continue to I understand you're a coach, so maybe plays a part, but like, and it's same for me. Like if I had the mid-range I have now, which I had a mid-range in middle school, but when I got done, I work on my mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do shooting drills, I work on my shot progression. Like in middle school, I was a terrible free throw shooter. I used to have panic attacks free throw line because I was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was not to be trusted taking mid-range shots in middle school. High school, it changed.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had the athleticism at the level now that I did back then, it probably would have been a whole different story for me collegiately.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that?
I think it comes from one in high school. Shout out Coach Gendron, but he was a 40-year basketball coach.
Wow.
So when you play for an old basketball coach, there's a system, and if you don't follow the
Yes.
system, you're not playing. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I had an old school
Yeah.
basketball coach as well.
See, I'm a player that isn't gonna fuss about that. I'm the player that's gonna dive on the floor
Right.
and do everything that the coach wants
Earn
me to
your
do,
keep. You gotta
so
earn
I
it.
can earn
Yeah.
maybe taking some chances in a game. And so I feel like maybe I was cold in high school, but I never really had the chance.
Like the opportunity.
Yeah, the
Okay,
opportunity.
I got you.
But one thing that like kept me like making my game, like expanding it, was I train one of my friends, Sam. Shout out Sam. I already know he's watching this, but like he told me like a couple years ago, like he wants to be really good, and so I've been working with him for like 2 years. And when you're helping somebody else get better, in turn you're getting better.
Iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
So by default, you're gonna get better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So now going back to your degree, what year?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
So are you thinking about grad school? Like for what you want to do, is grad school a necessity? Is it an option? Is it you don't really need it?
To be honest, I should know more about what I want to do, but I just decided.
You haven't gotten that far.
I haven't gotten that far, but hopefully I'll have the opportunity to, after I graduate, to apply for med school,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the big thing. Like, I can get a master's degree in psychology, but if I want to have my own practice, or if
Right.
I want to start something on my own, I have to have that PhD. So
There you go. Yeah, dude. School is a tricky topic for me, because obviously I'm getting my PhD in astrophysics. Today, I don't know if I told you, but I got a grant. So I'm not teaching labs this semester. I got a grant to where I'm going to Carver. You're from here. You know where Carver Library is? Kind of like downtown almost. It's actually close to the Frost Bank Center, where Spurs play.
Mhm.
Because what I'm doing is I'm doing weekly demos, and each demo is a different concept in physics. So like today we did spectroscopy, which is looking at light and how, looking at like, I have these gas tubes that I run electrical current through. And with these glasses, you can see the fingerprint for hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we know like what's out in space, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And each week is something different. And I'm going to Carver Library is in the predominantly black area of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to, get in the African-American community, kind of be representation. Like, hey, I'm an astrophysicist.
Mm-hmm.
I also played sports, which generally jocks and science don't mix. They do, but
Yeah.
the what's it called? The not, oh my God, the stereotype
Mm-hmm.
isn't there. So I am obviously one of education, but at the same time, I don't think you need an education just to have one, right? So I was just curious as to like where you would need to go. So obviously, you need to go to medical school for your own practice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with your degree, I guess I don't necessarily know exactly how that works, but would you just be like a general degree, or would you emphasize in sports?
So I'm emphasizing in the health aspect. So
Mhm.
I'm learning about like brain development and like extreme cases of mental illness.
Mhm.
So I'm blanking. What did you say?
Emphasis. Like, do you know where you want to go?
Man, I just want to be an NBA coach, dude.
That's like the dream.
That is the dream.
But you want your background to be in.
I want my background to, if I can't get there, I want to be able to help as many people as possible. So whatever, dude, I'm blanking, bro. This camera's staring at me.
It's all right, bro. Hey, it's me and you.
You're right.
But to segue, hobbies. What does Ethan do when he gets free time? Not hooping.
Mm-hmm.
Which, bro, you missed this. You missed.
A great run.
No. One of the worst runs I've ever had at UTSA. Brigé was there. Brigé hit some shots. We're making the hoop mixtape. She's gonna be on it too. So whenever you get a chance,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it by month.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have, because like right now I only have like 15 clips between all of us.
Mhm.
Because literally the first 2 games I didn't touch the ball because dudes would not pass the ball. There was no team ball being played, and there's nothing that irks me more than guys that, one, he thinks he can handle, He kept turning the ball over. He can't dribble. He has no left hand whatsoever. Wouldn't pass the ball. 3 games, he didn't make a single shot, but just kept letting it fly. Didn't miss a single shot. I understand they say shooters shoot, but he wasn't a shooter, right? Anyway, what does Ethan do when he has free time and it's not hooping, it's not coaching? What do you do to decompress?
Well, I'm trying to pick up some new hobbies right now. I just started playing the guitar.
How's that going?
Yeah, it's going.
Are you like
fine.
self-teaching
Yeah,
yourself?
I'm self-teaching myself. I did a little app trial, so I'm paying a little bit of money. But yeah, I'm trying to do that just because I'm also interested in music therapy. Like how certain like chords literally like spark your brain different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's really cool. And music has always been a huge part of my life, so it's fine. Like I used to know how to play the piano, but
me too.
Guitar is my one right now. One thing though that I've been it's probably my biggest hobby recently is playing poker.
Oh yeah, you and what days y'all do that? Is that Sunday?
We usually do it on a weekend. Yeah. And I don't promote gambling. I don't promote sports gambling or anything else besides poker, because poker is a skill-based game, and I'm not like trying to talk myself up, but the last 8 or 9 times I've played, I've made a lot of money. So.
And it's Texas Hold'em, right?
Yep, Texas Hold'em.
It's poker. I can't do. I like playing poker for fun. Like I told you, I have a set of chips. So like we'll just give everybody the same amount of chips. Like there's no buying. I like playing for fun. But you know, obviously, if you're playing for fun, it's hard to tell if people are like really bluffing or not because it's not their money.
Yeah.
But I can't get into actual, like when I go to casinos, I like playing blackjack because I use my. I don't want to make it sound like I'm this genius, but I use a lot of math, like I'm a big statistical guy, probability. So there are ways to put yourself in an advantage in blackjack to win more often than not. And I believe it's one of the, I think it's craps, besides the big tables, blackjack's, in terms of card games, is one of the highest ways, one of the highest winning rates you can have at a casino. So I like playing blackjack, but I just can't do poker because I just can't do me versus other people. In blackjack, it's the way that it's played. It's the table versus the dealer. So we're actually all on a team. I hate playing with people that like try to make it me versus everybody. It's the tables versus the dealer. Yeah. Because if you play as a team, there's ways that the whole table can win to beat the dealer. I don't want to get into details because it gets sidetracked, but
I think that
poker
is. You see it as like when you play blackjack, it's like you versus the dealer. I feel like for me, poker's me versus me, because that's
probably my mindset with poker is different.
At the end of the day,
fucks me up.
You decide if you're gonna put in your chips or not. Okay, it's not a blackjack bet where you're already starting with a bet, unless you're the big blind a little bit.
I was about to say, yeah, you have yeah, that's right. You have the ability to not lose anything if you just get dealt a shitty. And you start with 2, right? Yeah. Yeah,
and probability is also huge in poker because like you play the cards you have, but you also play the cards that are on the table.
What is that called?
So the first 3 cards is called the flop. Or the first 3 cards is called the flop, I think, and then all of it is called like the river, something like that. Yeah,
flood. I don't know the term. I know how to play. I don't know the terminology of.
Yeah.
Of all those.
See, like the last time I played poker, it was huge. We had 15 people playing. Okay. Damn. And we played till top 3. And I don't know anything about 12 of these people, right? So I can't necessarily like put them on hands. I can't like think, okay, what do they usually do?
Right, because it's a lot of reading people too in poker.
Yeah, and it's also a lot of trying to get people to think that you're either strong or you're not. Right. I think bluffing is huge in poker for 2 reasons. One is if you bluff correctly, if you take your time with it, and if you are like really concise with what you do, like a lot of the times, then people are just like, he always does this. He's got it. He always, right. So you just gotta be strong when you start. I say when you play poker. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What hobbies are you into these days?
Besides basketball, because honestly, basketball is like my outlet. I work so much. My Sunday nights, basketball's how I decompress, I get away. But besides that, it's honestly just video games for the most part. Video games and podcasts. Yeah. Not podcasting. I'm trying to turn this into kind of like a somewhat of a side hustle, bring in some money on the side. But I love just conversation. But I love podcasts like The Pivot, Fighter and the Kid, Joe Rogan, Club Shay Shay, Flagrant, Breakfast Club. Like I watch a lot of podcasts, and then there, one off, so like Two Bears in One Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. Oh, dude, they're comedians. They're hilarious, bro.
True.
I just watched the one they had with Drewski.
Oh goodness.
Dude, Drewski, he's one of my favorite skit comedians out there.
It's hilarious.
And then I love comedy, so I love consuming comedy. I've been on a giant wave. I'm everywhere with comedians. Like obviously, like the OGs, Cat Williams. I go back and watch Jamie Foxx old stuff. I watched his special after the whole stroke stuff, and then like Andrew Schultz. I like Joe Rogan's. His stand up's good, even though people give him shit. But
you like Theo Vaughn?
Oh my god, like I love the art of comedy. So like any comedic that I see puts in the work and is really technical, like fundamental. Any fundamental comedian, I love it. So Theo Vaughn, there's a guy, Brendan Schaub. For some reason, he gets a lot of hate on the internet, but he's a great comedian. Brian Callen, who's also one of his him and they do Fighter and the Kid. Brian Callen, I think, is one of the most underrated comedians out there. He is so fucking, and he's like super physical and animated. He's so fucking funny. He has a comedy special coming out. But I love consuming comedy and video games.
Have you been to the comedy club next to the Draft House Theater?
Here? I haven't been. The only comedy I've ever been to was when Kev Hart came 2 years ago to San Antonio at the Frost Bay.
That's cool.
But I want to get into the thing is, don't they usually have like drink minimums and stuff when you go? I don't drink.
I don't go. I've never been to a comedy club.
Yeah, I just watch on YouTube or specials on Netflix. But yeah, comedy and video games. I love streaming. I actually looked up my gaming channel. I have 525 videos.
That's fire.
Just straight gaming content. Not all of it's good because I started a while ago and it's just bullshit.
What is most of the gaming content? What games?
Video wise, the majority of my content is Call of Duty because so when I first started, I didn't live stream, but I would screen record on my PlayStation, my PS4, and I would download that to USB, and then I'd upload it to YouTube. So I have like 130 something. And so each video is an episode, right? Or now I call it stream. I had like 132 streams of Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, but then I have like Spider-Man. So right now I'm streaming, I do streams of YouTube live streams on Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
Oh, dude. That game. Oh my God. I thought I would hate it. It's funny because my friends give me shit. Shout out EBG. They were trying to get me to download it. I was like, bro, because I don't like Fortnite. And so I saw gameplay. I thought it was like a Fortnite type of game. I don't do battle royales because I'm the type I'm willing to sacrifice myself. So I don't care about KD. Yeah. And Call of Duty, I'm gonna be that guy where people are like timid. I was like, I'll go in. I literally, if you watch a lot of my Call of Duty gameplay, I'm a suicide bomber. So if there's an objective and it's like a room, I will pull my frag or my stim tech. I'll just run in. So if they down me, I drop I don't care. So I wasn't gonna get it, but then my friend Grant, shout out Grant and Edie, and my brothers Trey, shout out Kylan, shout out Nikki Forever, shout out Xavier. That's the squad I run with on Marvel Rivals.
Okay. How big is the squad in Marvel Rivals?
6. You have up to 6. Okay. Yeah. But Grant was like, "Well, I'm about to start." We were playing Black Ops 6. Grant was like, "Oh, I'm gonna download Marvel Rivals." I was like, "Oh, you got it. I'm not gonna play it." And then eventually, because I only play with them for real. I rarely get on by myself. So he was like, "Bro, I'm playing it." So I was like, "All right." He was like, "It's free." I was like, "All right, bet. I'll at least download it." I was like, "I'll play a couple games." Man, I'm on stream like 20 something now, and they're like 3-hour streams.
That's fire, dude.
So. Yeah, video game is that one thing where I just escape. All that matters is winning this objective right here.
Yeah.
So.
That's therapeutic, though.
Oh, dude, yeah, I love it. I mean, it's very stressful, but, I'm a support character, so I just be out there healing type shit.
Healing.
Now, let's get into some basketball.
Okay.
I know you're very knowledgeable of your basketball, and I might try to have you on for one of my NBA coverages. But how deeply have you been keeping up with the NBA this year?
A big reason why I started thinking about coaching was because I've consumed so much basketball content, and I consume so much basketball content every day that if I didn't do anything with it, then I'd be stupid. Honestly, like I know way too much.
So, what do you like that you're seeing, whether it's from specific teams or specific players, this year in the league?
Memphis Grizzlies, and they've shown how good they can be before, right? A couple of years ago, they were second in the West.
Right. And that was when Ja was in and out a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he was in and out.
That was when the Grizzlies, as a team, were better without Ja.
Right.
Like, their record was better.
That's what hurt him in the MVP voting. But yeah.
I think that their team is really good. I don't think that they have it to take the West, but you never know, and injuries always play a part in every season. But I think they've been a great team so far in the West. I think the East, you got to give credit to the Knicks, you know?
Oh, dude.
I mean, especially like their offseason moves. I don't think anybody thought that Cat would be this good.
I did. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, good job.
I did.
You got it right.
I was, as a Anthony Edwards fan, so by default, a Timberwolves like supporter, I won't say fan supporter, just because Anthony Edwards, when they got rid of Cat after making it, because they were they lost to Celtics last year, right?
No, they lost to the Dallas.
That's right. They lost to Dallas, but the conference finals. Yeah. They make it to the conference finals. Mm-hmm. Why would you give up Karl-Anthony Towns, right? Now, I get it. They got Julius Randle from it, who's a dog. I'm a huge Julius Randle fan. Mm-hmm. He's a dog. He doesn't shoot as well from the three like Cat does, because Cat's shooting like 47% from the three right now. Mm-hmm. And Cat, and this is like consistent. He shot really well from three last year. So I wasn't 100% sure what the thought process was on that. But the Knicks, then I knew the Knicks were going to be a problem this year, just from that trade.
I thought that they were going to be a problem also because Mikal.
Bridges.
That they also got. But to the Timberwolves trade, I don't think it was a good trade either. They did get Dante. He had an amazing run in the playoffs last year. Like, amazing. Like, people thought he was just a role player. He's not just a role player. He's a third option.
Yeah.
I don't think the Timberwolves got better, and I think their record shows. You know, they're not doing too well. But the Knicks, I knew they were going to be a problem. I just didn't expect this version of Cat. Yeah. You know, I think he's in his prime. He's self-proclaimed best 3-point shooting center ever, and he's kind of backing it up.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against it when you look at his numbers. You know who surprised me the most? Houston Rockets. They are number 2 in the West right now, and they just beat
Celtics.
Yes, they just beat the Celtics. So I mean, whatever Houston, and it's funny because historically, I don't want to say historically they've been bad. They've had some years, but like since Harden and Paul left, since that era of Harden, they kind of had been on the downslope, the bottom 5. Mm-hmm. But being able to turn it, because I think they were towards the bottom last year, just to like turn it around out of nowhere, it's kind of great to see.
I think everything.
Keep going.
Everything changed when they hired. What's their coach's name? What's their coach's name? He got fired from the Celtics.
Dang. What's his? They talking about the one that had the sexual relations.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Udoka.
Yeah.
He's an amazing coach. And it showed with the Celtics too.
Yeah.
He got it done with the Celtics.
He's made a mistake off the court.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Coaching wise,
he's a coach that their culture is really good. Yeah. You know, and they got Dylan Brooks a couple last year.
Great defensive pickup.
Amin Thompson.
Amazing.
Dog.
He's going crazy this year.
Fred VanVleet too. They made a lot of necessary offseason moves.
I forgot they got Fred VanVleet, and they still got Jalen Green.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and there was a time when they just only had Jalen Green. Yeah. Right, and that was just they're probably just gonna be mid. Yeah. You know? But they made a lot of great moves, and who was their GM? You know.
I don't remember.
Well, he did a great job, for real. Because the Houston Rockets are an amazing team. Question for you, though. So, who do you have coming out of the East?
The easy answer is Celtics. Well, the easy answer is Celtics or Cavs. Because the Cavs are playing phenomenal. But I honestly think the Knicks have a solid chance of coming out of the East. It's obviously, I think it's going to be between those three. I don't know about the Cavs. To me, I can't say the Cavs until I see how they play after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
We know the season doesn't really start until after the All-Star break. If they can continue this level of play after the All-Star break, I don't see a team beating them in a 7-game series.
Yeah. And, I mean, they've been a good regular season team before. You know?
Right.
They had the same team a couple of years ago, and they were on top of the East. So it wasn't last year when they were on top of the East. And they lost first round, second round, you know?
Yeah.
So they haven't really proven it yet, but their team is very good. I'll say that. They're very good.
Yeah.
And what about the Sixers, though? How do you feel about the Paul George combination with Joel and Tyrese? Even though we haven't seen any Joel, PG, Tyrese together.
Again, that's why I don't know. I got to see them together because we've seen this story before with the Brooklyn Nets, with the Suns of past, where, yes, on paper they got dogs and they do decent or well in the regular season, but when it's playoff time and they all three need to play or their stars need to play, the lack of chemistry from playing together ends up biting them in the butt in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I really want to say Celtics simply because, one, they've been there.
Mm-hmm.
They're defending champs. Two, I think if Kristaps Porzingis stays healthy come playoff time, to me, he was their X factor. Me and my co-host of the NBA coverage, Coach Calvin, he said it first, and I agreed. Kristaps Porzingis, because he was out some of the playoffs.
Yep.
So I think he was out
Yep.
in the Eastern Conference Finals, and he came back for the finals.
Yep.
To me, he's their X factor. You got a stretch five who's 7'3",
Yep.
can shoot from the perimeter, has a post game, can stretch the floor, can bring the ball up the court. He's got handles.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much have a five that can do just about whatever you need him to, and you're talking about protects the rim. If you need him to, if he ends up on a switch, he can guard on the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
He can guard the perimeter. So to me, he's their X factor, and his availability when it comes playoff time.
Yep. No, I completely agree with you, and I think the Celtics, their only downside is that they're not very deep. But Peyton Pritchard has had an MIP
Yes.
season this year, no question.
Yeah.
And he's probably one of my favorite basketball players in general right now. But no, you're right about the Kristaps thing because they were beatable without him.
Yeah.
Right? Like they have amazing guard play, and they have, of course, they got JT, but like without Kristaps, you know, when you're playing the Cavs, you're playing
Jared
Allen and Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
If you don't have Porzingis out there, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be rough.
It's going to be
rough. Who do you have? I know it's early. Who do you have MVP?
MVP?
Because right now the top two are...
So Luka can't win it. Joel can't win it, obviously. So basically, it's really between Jokic and Shea.
Yeah.
And, I mean, unless you want to throw JT in there. JT is always just, nobody wants to talk about him because they're so good, but he does deserve it in a way.
Last game he had 0 points at half. Look, I'm not, how do I say this? I'm not quite a JT fan. I'm not quite there yet. I appreciate how good he is.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize he can be top 5 player.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just a little bit of inconsistency that I'm not quite there on JT yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at last year, who won finals MVP? Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
Who was the best two-way player in the finals? Jaylen Brown. Who was really the big difference maker besides Porzingis that we talked about, but offensively and defensively, it was Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm. Jason
Tatum, he shot 32% in the finals from the field. Like it was rough to watch, and that's what trickled into the Olympics, and where I do agree he should have got more playing time.
Mm-hmm.
As a 6 foot, was he 6'10"? As a 6'10", basically, he to me personally, he's a 6'10" shooting guard.
Yeah.
He plays small forward. He's a 6'10" shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
He can handle the ball. He can damn near guard 1 through 5 if he really wanted to, if they really needed him to. So as a defensive presence, he should have played more. But I understand that him coming off a rough finals stint, even though they win. Shout out Jason Tatum and the Celtics. But when he did play in the Olympics, he still was in that shooting slump. He wasn't shooting very good from the percentage. So for me, Jason Tatum, at this point in his career, it's an efficiency game.
Mm-hmm.
If he can continue to play it the way he's playing, but just shoot a better, just be more efficient in shooting.
Mm-hmm. And I also think a part of the reason why he shoots so many threes and why his shot is kind of inconsistent is because he's got so much talent around him. Like if they didn't have Jaylen Brown on the team, he'd probably be 30 points a game. You know,
yeah.
He's already at 25. But back to the MVP though, I mean, Jokic is probably the best center that we've seen in the past 10, 15 years.
Oh yeah.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a lot of like casual NBA fans are like, oh, he's just out there averaging 30. He is probably one of the best scorers I've ever seen.
I think the Oklahoma City Thunder is my favorite team to watch play ball.
Mm-hmm.
They're one of the few teams that if you watch, they are playing traditional motion offense, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing traditional pass the ball like their ball movement, their ability to, yes, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is getting his 30, but if you look, he's still getting assists. Other dudes are getting involved, and then his ability to get where he wants and get his shot and to create the space, regardless of how tight the defense is, it's crazy to see. I love it. You know me, I love mid-range game.
Yep.
So when I see a player that really takes full advantage of it's a dying art, for being honest. The mid-range game's dying. You're either a slasher finish at the rim,
mm-hmm.
or you're a slasher floater, or you're a three-point shooter. That crafting of a mid-range game to me is dying. So when I see a player that still has that,
mm-hmm.
can still shoot the three, he still do it all,
mm-hmm.
but is really taking full advantage of that kind of empty piece of the NBA game nowadays, I think it's beautiful.
And one thing that you got to give props to Shai for, Shai makes a lot happen with little space. Like when you are guarding somebody, everybody knows this. You play basketball. If you're guarding somebody, you're contesting every single shot, and every shot is going in, and you're close to them, and you're proud of yourself on that contest. That is like,
there's nothing you can do about it.
That's why I would say Shai's the MVP.
There's nothing you can do
And
about it.
I just want him to, and I'm saying that because Jokic, like, stop winning him, bro. Just give Shai one, please. Give Shai one, and give Luka one. That's all.
Yeah, I really hope he gets one.
And like, dude, and his game is simple. You know what I mean? Like, so in basketball, you take too many steps, right? You use too much energy. You're not really getting the shot you want. When you're efficient with a small amount of steps, and just like your movement and your pace is different. Like, dude, he is unguardable. There's nobody in the NBA that can guard Shai.
Every movement is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whether it be a head movement, whether it be a hip swivel, like he is getting to where he wants to go. Like when you're a good defender, you dictate where the offense is going. Dude, I don't know how you can do that with Shai. Like literally, Shai's probably, and a friend of mine like called this like when he was literally a rookie. He was like, Shai is gonna be the best player in the NBA, and he called it. Yeah. Literally, like Shai is an amazing player. I'm glazing.
Random segue. Do you watch TV?
Nah.
What do you indulge besides sports content?
A whole lot of YouTube shorts.
Oh, you're one of those. Yeah. One of those short attention span.
Yeah, man.
Generation.
Gen Z.
Was it Gen Z?
I'm Gen Z. I do love watching movies, though. You put me on Soap today, dude. I've watched so many movies on there. I watched all of the Creed movies the other day, but I skipped all the romantic parts and only watched the training scenes and the fights.
Why?
Because I wanted to watch all of the movies in one night, and it was already like
How many are there?
There's 3. It was already like 2 in the morning when I started.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite genre movie?
Dude, honestly, I really appreciate a lot of like everything. You know,
that's a terrible answer.
I mean, I like horror movies, but not all horror movies. I only like the ones that are kind of funny at the same time.
That's like my least favorite genre movies. That and you know what's crazy? As somebody, as much as I love comedy, that's probably one of my least favorite genre movies.
Really?
I like stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I even like sketch comedy a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
a little more, but not more than stand-up. But I like sketch comedy, but comedic movies, there's only a few of them that I really like. Because to me, it seems too forced. I don't like how comedy movies, it seems too forced. Now, there are some great ones like, oh my God, what's that? Mall Cop. I don't know why. I love Mall Cop. It's one of my favorite comedy movies. And it's crazy because I was just getting in bed and it was late, or not late, but like I was just gonna watch a movie till I fell asleep. And I was on Netflix and Mall Cop was on there. And I was like, I'll just put it on, just have the background to go to sleep to. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I also think like the actors make it more funny.
yeah.
Because like, I mean, obviously, but like, you see like a lot of Will Ferrell movies, like.
Oh, dude.
He's hilarious.
Get Hard
I don't think I've seen that.
with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell, where he's going to jail and
Yes.
Kevin's like training him for like to go to jail.
Yeah,
that was
shit
funny.
is hilarious.
What's that classic? Talladega Nights.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I remember watching that movie for the first time when I was like 9 years old. I
Damn.
was like, damn, his wife's dead.
Man, you were young. That's crazy. I was still in college.
When it came out?
What year did it come out?
I don't know. At least 10, 15 years ago.
I'm going on my 11th year in college, bro.
Dude, what?
What year did how do you spell Talladega?
Talladega.
Okay. It was 2006. I wasn't quite in college yet.
I was 1 year old.
You were 1? Oh my God, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, what's your why?
For what?
Like what gets you going? Like, you wake up every day, you put clothes on. Like, what is, like, at the core of your existence, what is your why? Like, what really motivates you to keep going?
A lot of things motivate me. But I'm not really a person that seeks motivation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, life kind of throws itself at you all the time.
Yeah.
So you always got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
You know? Like anything. I mean, I get a lot of motivation from my family just because I know how hard my parents work for me to have opportunities. And I had a lot of opportunities that I messed up as a kid, you know? And so, like, just, like, proving to myself that, one, I can, prove to myself that I can, like, impress myself with something that I've done, you know? Because there's a long time in my life where I was like, I haven't really done anything, you know? And that whole time I had my mind off of everything that I have done.
Yeah, dude. I agree with that every day, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a terrible feeling. I think most guys feel like that.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. I'll say to myself all the time, like, I'm still in college. I'm still a broke college student. I'm old and I haven't done nothing. And then,
man, that is crazy hearing it from this guy, dude.
But I truly, honestly, it's not imposter syndrome, because I am confident in my skills and like where I am. I know I'm confident that I can back. Like, if anybody comes to the gym, I'm confident I can show them like I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I just feel like I haven't accomplished anything. I think part of it is because I have these grand goals I want to achieve that I haven't even started. Mm-hmm. But then every now and then, like when I talk to my mom or if I talk to like my friends, it's like, dude, you're an African American male from suburbs of Nashville, Tennessee, with no no background. Like, my parents aren't scientists. My parents are high achievers. My dad has his master's in agriculture. He works at Tennessee State. Mm-hmm. My mom has her PhD in leadership, and she just retired from a job of 29 years, and now she's working in Nashville school districts and education and stuff like that. So, like, they're high achievers. So, but to go back, every now and then I need people to tell me, like, bro, like, you're about to get your PhD in astrophysics. You have a minor in math. You have your master's, this, and then the third. Mm-hmm. I started my own business, the podcast, all this stuff, and I still feel so unaccomplished, bro.
Dude, a huge part of life is having those people in your life that are going to tell you that you are doing it. Like, for example, shout out Danny. I just spent like the whole day with him today. Like, you need people in your life that are like, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, bro. I mean, you got a lot to be proud of, to be honest. A lot. I mean, like, I'm about to buy your slides.
Okay.
Yeah.
finalformsubs.com. Go get you some. Do I have them here? No, I don't.
No.
Go
they're
get you some
fire.
slides. Use promo code CoachStrib. Actually, it doesn't work on accessories, but use promo code CoachStrib. All caps, no space. Get 10% off your order for supplements and personal care. But yeah, dude, it's. But I do think having that mentality, I think that's what keeps me grounded. Because what I can't stand, or which I hope never happens, is when you finally start getting success, you let it get to your head.
Yep.
I like to kind of have that, like, bro, like, you haven't achieved anything. Like, I don't have a right to be acting entitled and all this stuff. Because to me, I think some of it comes from sports. Like, it doesn't matter what you did last year. You can win the championship, you can win state, you can win this and that and the third. It's a new season, fam.
Yep.
We gotta get to this money right now.
That's very true.
So I think that's where it comes from, because
it keeps you grounded.
Yeah, that I just want to stay grounded, true who I am. I don't want to let any success I gain, if I gain any, start to get to my head where I'm like walking around like, oh, you don't know who I am? Like, I don't ever want to get to that point. I want to still be humble and be, no matter who I meet, you know, I can have 200 million followers on Instagram, and anytime I meet somebody, hi, my name's Finis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just want to stay grounded, bro, because I don't want to be one of those people that are like, I don't want to be like in 10 years where maybe we meet somewhere down the line and I start acting funny, and then, you know, I don't want somebody to be like, oh, dude, I used to know him, but he switched up. I don't want anybody to ever say that about me, because I take pride in being me. Regardless. I feel like I am consistent. I am me. I'm the same me at UTSA that I am at Shoe Palace, and I'm here. Like, I want to be authentically me 24/7.
Yeah. And I mean, that's something that I struggle with, you know, like, because I'm not a very social person. So, like, when I'm in, like, when I have, like, different outlets, like at work or at school or, like, the camp that I work at, like, I find myself trying to put on facades just to feel comfortable with who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not me. So why would I try to feel comfortable trying to be somebody who's not me, you know?
Oh, dude. I got a story for you. So, it's crazy. So, when I was in elementary school, I was bullied. Right? And so that's kind of where my fitness journey started, because I wanted to be able to defend myself, yada, yada. But I was born in Jackson, Tennessee, which is right in the middle between Memphis and Nashville. And when I got to Nashville, in Jackson, Tennessee, I went to a predominantly black school. When I go to Nashville, I go to a predominantly white school. And it was a huge culture shock, because I didn't even know how to interact with white people. So I was like the class clown. I was always getting in trouble because I was trying to fit in.
Yeah.
And like, I'm being a distraction because I want people to laugh, and I'm thinking these people are laughing with me. They're laughing at me because I'm always in trouble. My parents are getting called because I'm in the principal's office, yada, yada, yada. And I eventually figured out that trying to get people to like you, like forcefully by acting different, that's not real. So I learned at an early age that I'm going to be me regardless. You either fuck with me or you don't. If you don't fuck with me, it's not personal. We don't have to be friends. I'm gonna be cordial with you as long as you ain't disrespecting me. But we ain't gotta be buddy. We ain't gotta be friends. We ain't gotta be friends. But I'm gonna be me. So I think what helped me is learning at a very early age. That's when I stopped getting in trouble. When I was like, I don't care about these people. Yeah. Like, to an extent, it's not like I don't care, but it's like I don't care if you like me. I'm gonna just do my work. You know, I'm gonna go about my business. I'm gonna be me. If you don't like it, all right, it's fine. I'm not for you, kind of thing. You know?
No, that's the mentality you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's definitely hard.
Luckily I earned it at an early age, and you know, that's why I'm kind of a weird guy. But I like it. Honestly, when somebody calls me weird, I take it as a compliment.
Yeah. No, that is a compliment.
I take it as a compliment.
And I didn't like take that as a compliment until like recently.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, because the way I don't know if somebody broke it down to me or if this is how I thought about it, but it's like, especially in sports, you start to learn that, like, you know, people just like try to fit in because they want to be normal. But in sports, normal means average, right? Like, you don't want to be average. That's how I think of it. Normal is average. In no situation do I ever want to be average. I want to be above average, or I just want to be not average. Yeah. So the way I look at it is, who wants to be normal, right? Who wants to be just Joe Schmo? Not me. Absolutely not. I want to like leave an impression on people. I want like people to remember me, even if they don't remember my name, but they'd be like, "Oh shit, that's that dude that astrophysicist, right? Or that's that mid-range dude. Like that, when I'm at the rec, mid-range, watch the mid-range. Like, yeah. They might not know my name, but they know if they got their hand down, it's man down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think one of my whys, I have a handful of whys, but one of my whys is the reason why I want to be a professor, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why is because I think the barrier to entry for physics or science and math is high because it's very intimidating, right? When you go into like a Calc 3 class, just the term Calc 3 makes people freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason why it's so hard is we have a lot of people that are not good teachers as teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a teacher that can take a very complex concept, whether it's math, physics, chemistry, and be able to simplify it to where it's like, oh, that's what it means? Because it's really, I don't want to say it's not that hard, but really if you can just simplify everything and keep it simple and work people up to the technicality of it, because where a lot of teachers mess up, especially professors, they start off with the technicality and you're just like, I don't know what none of this means. Yeah. And then you got to figure out how to simplify it on your own. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why we can't simplify it to the lowest point we can do it that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then bring people up to sophistication slowly. Mm-hmm. So one of my whys is being able to show people that, because I know people that want to get into science, but it just was too much. It's like, no, you got it. Yeah. Because I'm not naturally smart. Like people are like, oh, it must come easy to you. And it does not come easy to me. Mm-hmm. Like there's been plenty of times we're traveling and while guys are out doing like all, up doing this and doing that and the third, I'm studying because I don't understand I don't understand this. I had to literally just work at just bust my ass just to understand this stuff. It did not come easy to me, but I loved it. Mm-hmm. It's a passion. And I want to just be, I guess, an example of if you really want to, you can. Mm-hmm. If you really want to, you can. Don't be scared. If you really want to, you can. And then the second one is I just love helping people. Mm-hmm. Part of the reason why I got into the fitness industry is I want to help people where the final form comes from. I want to help people achieve their final form. Mm-hmm. And the beauty about achieving your final form is you never reach your final form. Because like, let's say you want to get healthier. Once you get a little healthier, you have to keep going. You can't just stop working out. Oh, I hit my body composition I'm at, I'm going to stop. Yeah. No, you have to keep pursuing that. Mm-hmm. But you never reach it. It's the process of trying to achieve that where you create the discipline, you create the structure, you create these good habits that not only transform your life in the gym, but it carries on into life. Mm-hmm. So I just love helping people achieve their final form. And then lastly, I love giving people a platform to just speak their mind, that's where the podcast came from. I want to create a platform where people that, let's say down the road, there's something that's bothering you or a message you want to get out or something's going on that you really want to put light to. Mm-hmm. You hear me, hey, I want to get on the pod, talk about this. Bet, let's set it up. Yeah. I want to be a platform where anybody can come on here, talk about anything. Mm-hmm. I have no restrictions. The only thing I do is I don't edit. Mm-hmm. So if you say something...
Damn, you can't edit out me taking this out of my mouth?
No. So, but I meant to tell you, but I told Raina and I told the girls, you say whatever you want. I will not censor anything you say, mm-hmm. but don't say anything you want edited out because I'm not going to edit. Mm-hmm. I just upload. Obviously, I take out the beginning and the end of the transition, but I just upload raw footage with an intro and outro. Yep. So, but whatever you want to talk about, I wanted a platform for this, and so that's kind of how the podcast started, to be honest. But
that's fire.
Those are a couple of my whys that get me motivated.
Dude, those are some great whys. And I really like what you said about the process, because a lot of people have goals and they're so infatuated with what happens when I get the goal that they don't even start. And I had a huge trouble with that. Like I wanted to dunk in high school, right? Yeah. And I was just so infatuated with if I can dunk, when I can dunk, and it didn't come because I didn't work hard enough.
How close are you?
I can grab rim.
I might talk to you off camera, because
dude,
I got a plyo regimen. Like I was talking to I could talk to Mark about I lost my knees or whatever. Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm back up there, dude. Mm-hmm. So I dunked Sunday. Yeah.
That's
so fun. But if you're grabbing rim, you're right there. If you can grab rim, we can get somewhere.
I'm like here's rim. Like I'm just.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we get some piles in the program.
Yeah, Sam, if you're watching, I'm about to put you onto it too.
Hey, shout out Sam.
Shout out Sam.
All right, before we close out, well, is there anything else before we get to the wrap up that you and all right, whatever you want to bring up. But last thing, give me 3 pieces of advice that either resonated with you when somebody gave you it, or something that you kind of live by now. 3 pieces of advice that you would give somebody.
You never know if you're ready for something until you dip your foot into it, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people just get scared when they think about goals and they never start it, like how I was saying about the process thing.
Yeah.
Like I was scared to like move out of my parents' house and go to UTSA and stuff. And that's probably a great decision that I made, you know, just because like I realized like I'm at the point in my life now where everything that I want to do, it's up to me to try.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're not trying something new, or if you're not trying to better yourself, you're only hurting yourself. That's it. Like I don't want to stay in the same spot anymore, because I feel like there was a time in my life where I was just
complacent.
Yeah. But that's some advice. Another piece of advice.
While you're thinking about that, I want to plug. Speaking of going ahead and doing what you need to do, I have an ebook called Undeniable. It's about be undeniable, whatever you want to do. Whatever goal you have, don't let anything get in the way of achieving that goal. I don't even have a way to get to it. I might put the link in the description. Undeniable is an ebook produced by IV Productions LLC.
I'd say another piece of advice would be, just don't listen to what people say. You know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, and I do this too, you know, like I'll look at somebody crazy when they tell me something kind of outlandish, you know, that they might like want to do or something, but like every single like person that tells you that you can't do something or that you won't be able to do something, like it's all just them kind of being jealous of you for just thinking about trying it.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean that's very important to just understand that like sometimes your family's gonna bring you down, sometimes your friends are gonna bring you down, but you're the only one that can put some floaties on yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a third for real. Stay healthy. Stop smoking weed.
Achieve your final form, ladies and gentlemen. Is that it?
Well, I mean, yeah, the last one I'd say just don't do drugs.
Y'all heard it here first. My boy Ethan, I appreciate you coming on.
Yep, for sure.
Been another episode of Uncle Strib. We'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chase my dreams. My life has me